Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Motive Racing YouTube channel. We're here for the XL F1 League, the OG League, which runs on a Wednesday and a Sunday night. We're obviously on a Sunday night for tonight's action. We're here at Imola, the famous Imola circuit, hosted the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix for the last couple of years in the Formula 1 World Championship. And I'm sure this is going to be an exciting night. Always one of the most exciting tracks to watch is Imola. As we've got 6 minutes left in this qualifying session, my name's Andy and I'm joined in the commentary box by my usual partner in the commentary box tonight, Emo guy Iain. Welcome along, mate. First time commentating on the XL F1 League tonight for you, and this should be a cracker.
Yeah, this is my first time going to be commentating on our race in this league. We saw a few names it's currently on track right now that we saw over at the motor racing community. From what I saw of them, they're fairly paced, so I'll be keeping an eye on them tonight. But from what Andy, what you've told me about most of the racers here is that most of them are fairly paced, and I've got a few people to keep an eye on.
Sorry about that.
So, you're fine. I've got a few people to keep an eye on, so we're doing that tonight, and hopefully we're in for a decent close race.
Yeah, so at the moment, the T-Boy boy are looking pretty quick. He's almost got over a second at the moment at the top of that leaderboard, so he's looking very, very strong. I mean, we saw him on Friday night, didn't we, Ian? We saw him giving Joram a real run for his money, and he lost control of the car just after he took the lead. But this man here, the first time I've seen him in the XL League, and I think Bennett has very much got a bit of a challenge on his hand. The two-time champion of the XL F1 League has very much met his match here. T-Boy boy currently blazing the trail. Daniel M, to be fair, every time I see this guy, he's getting quicker and quicker. I've seen him race a few times, and obviously I didn't do much commentating over the Christmas period. Between Christmas and New Year, I basically just took a break from streaming, and hey, it's alright. It's alright. But yeah, well, I took a bit of time off from streaming, and Daniel M in that time really did come on leaps and bounds, and he's now one of the highest runners in this XL OG League, so fair play to him. What's wrong? Sorry guys, I think I don't know what's wrong. But anyway.
This is one thing I did want to point out. One thing we were talking about just before we went live is the unusually high ride height that Tree Monkey Page is running right now.
Yes.
It is very unusual, and it makes the car look very unusual. It seems to be working because Tree Monkey Page is currently running in 4th place, but let's just try to see how that car must handle compared to a normal ride height for a Formula 1 car.
Yeah, it looks like he's got the Thames barrier on the front of that Aston Martin. It's yeah, he's definitely should be an interesting concept, but it's clearly working for at the moment. Quite similar, not similar, but same sort of concept as the Mercedes and the Aston Martin run in real life. And yeah, he's clearly getting as high up as he can go. But we see that tyre. That's just making me laugh every time they come through there. That wheel has been sat there for the whole qualifying session and hasn't been cleared up. I love that. Turn 2. Is that wheel still sat in turn 2 for you? It was. I think it was from Bennett's car. It might have been Kart's. One of them had a big crash coming through turn 2. Nobby boot. Watch. No, too late now. Watch. Flick to. Oh, no one's near it yet. Right, flick to polish my balls. Oh no, he's in the pits. He's in the pits. No. Scratch that. Flick to Mark Bow. Flick to Mark Bow for a second, and you'll see here we're watching him at the moment on the stream. So he's coming down the start-finish straight. In about 10 seconds' time, you'll see him come through the scene. And I don't know whether it's on your screen, Ian, but it's certainly on mine. He comes through the scene of the accident, coming into turn 2, or turn 3 even, because that's 2 turns there. Here we go. See that?
No, nothing there for me.
Oh, on my screen, there's still a wheel sat in the middle of the track.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy there. So
it's very much reminiscent of the glitch. Well, not reminiscent, but still quite a glitch, like one of the Ferraris in the Motive League race around here just this week, where one of the drivers were going around in the race without a helmet.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that was slapstream. I remember seeing, we could see his face, we could see his fire suit. He had no helmet on. I don't know what the FIA was saying about that. Michael Massey probably turned a blind eye to it because he was probably getting a lump sum in exchange. But yeah, currently nobody seems to be without their crash helmet, which is always good to see. Obviously safety first in any situation involving fast cars and dangerous objects flying through the air non-stop. But yeah, at the moment...
Oh, Mark Borg spun at the last corner.
Oh, what's happened? Was he on a quick lap?
He just got, he was on a good lap, yeah. Unfortunately, he did get his back right wheel onto the gravel, and he just got a little bit overzealous on the accelerator, and he just, you know, just spun it and put it back into the back of his car into the wall. I don't know if he has any damage on the back of that car with the diffuser or not, but it seems to be going back into the pits and calling it a day.
Well, that's obviously a massive shame there for him. He might have been able to come up a bit from the order where he was. Ninth place though, not too bad on the soft tyres. Everybody out there on the softs except Andrew Pipsmith, who we can see there is on the mediums at the moment. So let's keep an eye on Andrew and see what he can do here on those tyres. Obviously the less grippy but far more durable yellow mark medium tyres, so he will be able to go a little bit further into the first stint of the race than the guys on the soft tyres. Everybody else out there on the red mark soft tyres, which are the faster tyres, but they do not last very long. So yeah,
everyone's on the soft for me, but
except Andrew Pitsmith, yeah.
No, he's in the pits for me, and he's got nothing on. It says he's got the sauce on for me.
Really? No, it says on here that he did his fastest up on the mediums apparently.
The only person that I've got on with the best lap that has done their there we go, never mind, tyre train lapped. Yeah, my apologies, I had it on the best lap. Oh sorry, no tyre. Yeah, he's done his best on his mediums, as well as Mark Bow as well, and Tree Monkey Page as well as his mediums has all done their best laps on their mediums. So also they must be saving those soft tyres for a very fast-paced race as soon as this qualifying ends.
Yeah, for sure. But those Thebo Boy's gone even quicker there. Look at that. 114.7 there from Thebo Boy. He's now 1.2 seconds clear of Derby Bay. So Thebo Boy looking in imperious form right now, and I can't see anybody getting near that.
That's only about 3/10 off of what we saw for the best lap at, over at Imola, was it not?
I think so. Yeah. Was it? What was the fastest that we saw on Friday? I've forgotten what the pole time was now.
2 seconds, and I shall go check that.
So Ian's just going to do a quick little refresh there to find out exactly what the time was on Friday night. But it's Steve O'Boy taking pole position here by almost 1.2 seconds to Derby Bay. So that is an absolutely incredible lap time there from Thebo Boy. Derby Bay will be lining up alongside him on the front row with Daniel M and Malky in 4th, Tree Monkey Page 5th, followed by Sand 6th, Enmore 7th, Polish Balls 8th, Mark Bow in 9th, and Paul Codd completing the top 10. A few of the drivers did do their fastest laps on the medium tyres, didn't quite catch what he did just before the screen flicked to the next bit there, so we're not 100%, but yeah, for sure there'll be a bit of a mix up in the strategy. A few of the drivers put their softs on at the end, tried to improve their times, didn't do so, which kind of works out for them in a way because it gives them that strategic wild card at the start of this race, which will be majorly beneficial. But we're just under the 30-second countdown now to the start of the race. I think we're going to have a formation lap. I'm not sure. We sometimes do, we sometimes don't. It depends on how they set up the lobby. I think we can have formation lap though.
Unfortunately, we will not be able to have an accurate representation of the pole position lap.
Oh, it was wet, wasn't it?
As we were, yeah, it was. But we could probably try and get a better representation lap from the end of the race. Oh,
we're going straight to the race, I think. Are we? Is it? No, it's formation.
Yeah, formation lap. The fastest lap was a 17.4 set during the race from Gelram.
So we see obviously a 14.7 here, the pole time.
Sorry. Nope, sorry. Fuel Boy actually had the fastest lap, ironically. A 15.5 during the race.
Way faster than anybody else, but he did put a fresh set of softs on at the end of the race, so that would have given him an opportunity to do that.
Maybe he's going for the same strategy here tonight.
Well, he won't be wanting to put the softs on at the end because he'll be wanting to go for the race win, I'm sure, tonight. If he's far enough ahead, I mean, if he's got, say, a 25-second lead, which is unlikely, then he'll probably be able to put it on. But I think that the race will be a lot closer than certainly what the qualifying session was. I think Derby Bay's got some pace. Bennett LCFC coming from the back on the mediums. I'm sure he'll be looking to try and get onto the podium if he can.
It just came out with the pit stop predictions there for Fuel Boy. He's got two options: one for the two stop and one for the one stop. One is the immediate stop for the hard tyre at between lap 11 and 12, and the same pit window for another set of softs, then a second stop for the mediums.
See, I would have thought a one-stopper would be the go-to. I think even on the soft, because the tyre is not too bad around here. It's quite a short track. You can go soft-hard quite easily around here, I've found, unless you've done quite a few laps in the qualifying session on the tyre that you did your fastest time on. I think it could be, I don't know,
there isn't all that many fast-paced corners around here at Imola, so it's not really all that high of a tyre degradation track. So I would say it's probably best to go for the two-stop and stay with the softs, depending on what your time gap is to the driver behind, and what your own personal situation is, and what you feel, how your tyres are feeling at that particular point.
100%, yeah. It's just going to be about playing it by ear, and the drivers are going to adapt to the situations, and we're going to be seeing a lot of crossover and variance here. But here we are then, everybody. We're about to go racing for the XLF1 League here at Imola. When the lights come on, the engine revs will rise, and we'll be moments away from the start of the latest round in the XLOJ League here on a Sunday night. And here we go. We can see the engines just rise and then go deadly silent for just a second as the lights are now on. 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. And it's a strong start from Thibaut Boy, and Derby Bay immediately loses out to Daniel M though. So Daniel up into second place, and CN more third behind, 200 pace. Polish My Balls getting ahead of Malky up into 6th place, and San getting ahead of Mark Bow. As we see Carts dropping down the order down to 16th place here at the turn 1. But Malky around the outside of Polish My Balls, and we see Thibaut Boy leading up towards turn 4 here ahead of Daniel M. There's Derby Bay, Enmorph in 4th, followed by Tree Monkey Page. Malky, Polish My Balls, Paul Codd has got ahead of Mark Bow into 8th, and Andrew Pittsmith has got ahead of San up into 10th as we see yellow flags through sector 1, and we see somebody's off in the background there, and that is Soph there, who's down to the back in 18th place. We see Carts getting himself up into 12th place there, but Thibaut Boy leading ahead of Daniel M at the moment, 7 tenths between those two, and we've got Derby Bay in 3rd place ahead of Enmorph. There's Tree Monkey Page, followed by Malky, Polish My Balls, there's Paul Codd, Mark Bow, San. Double wave yellow flags through sector 2, and that's why, because Thibaut Boy, the pole sitter, the man who took pole by over a second, has already had a spin at the start of this race. Incredible stuff here, Thibaut Boy. Oh no! He's been disqualified! He's been disqualified for going the wrong way! You could not write it!
What's happened?
Thibaut Boy's been disqualified!
Oh, what's happened? What did they do?
He lost control of the car, he was facing the wrong way, and he's been disqualified for driving the wrong way.
No!
He took pole by over a second in the qualifying session, and he's out of this race already.
Oh no! Did he lose it at the faster double right-hander?
Yeah, it was that Quimilorale, the up and down bit.
Yeah, you come down the hill and then take a right there, take another immediate right to go back up the hill.
Yeah, it's like it's like a long right, and then a left, and then back up to the chicane. And then we see Andrew Pittsmith is up into 11th place there, ahead of Bennett LCFC. Bennett's trying to make hay on the hards. No, he's on the mediums, not the hards. But he's trying to make his way through the pack at the moment. But Daniel M leads this race, and he's got a great chance here of maybe taking a win, as we see Bennett's made the move now on Andrew up into 11th place. Daniel's got a 3-second time penalty, for track limits already. Malky has already got it as well, so these guys are already pushing the limits here. Strict corner cutting, I believe, is in order here at XL, so there is no compromise whatsoever. If you mess up, you're gonna unfortunately have to pay the consequences. But Daniel M ahead of Derby Bay right now, 7 tenths of a second between these two as they're coming through the final corner and out onto the start finish straight for the second time. We got Enmorph dropping off the back of these guys a little bit. Tree Monkey Page there in 4th place has got a little gap back to Malky there as Derby Bay, that's the fastest lap of the race there on lap 2. And it's really taking a fight to Daniel. Daniel having to abuse track limits a little bit just to keep himself with that gap to Derby Bay, as we see San has got the move done on Paul but Paul Codd's back around the outside for turn 1 in the background. We can also see Bennett there making a move on Nobby Bootneck as they're all side by side, bit of contact there between Bennett and Nobby, but Bennett squeezes through and M-Morph is off. M-Morph's had a spin and he's lost his front wing. Oh no, M-Morph has had a big moment there. He's dropping down to 14th place here in this race. That has not gone to plan at all for him. Daniel still leads this race.
Andrew Smith has made a very early pit stop here.
He has, yeah, he's coming in and getting it done out of the way, but obviously he's put the hard tyres on, so he'll have to do 30 laps. I'm sure he'll be in before the end of the race. I can't imagine he can get that one to the flag, so he will be popping in at some point again. But has got a slender lead at the moment over Derby Bay. These two starting to gap Tree Monkey Page. Tree Monkey Page there is up into 3rd place now. Obviously with the spin that we just saw there, M-Morph down to P15 here in this race. But Tree Monkey Page falling off the back of this lead pair as Malky's keeping onto the back of Tree Monkey Page at the moment. Polish My Ball's falling off the back.
Nobby Bootneck is starting to really put the pressure on Sanity 85 right now.
Yeah, he is. He's absolutely all over the back there of the Alpine as we see them coming out to the start finish. No DRS. Oh, it is DRS. Yes, DRS is open this time around because obviously ended up 3, yeah. So Nobby Bootneck now around the outside of Sam. Easy for the Red Bull there. Outdrags it by a mile as HP95 has got ahead of YouTube Dizzy up into 12th place, and M-Morph is into the pits here at the end of lap 3, so he's going to get some new tyres on, I'm sure. And is he going to get some damage repairs? Yeah, new front wing goes on the car.
The one thing that you did forget to ask me at the beginning of this race is who'd your call for potential race win?
Do you know what? I thought it was a given, and then we had the drama on the first lap. T-Boy Boy getting disqualified on the first lap, couldn't believe it, and all of a sudden it's now wide open.
Well, even though we haven't started the race, I'm keeping my eye on Bennett right now. He's already made up 10 places in the 4 laps that we've been going right now, and it looks like he's about to pick up place number 11. Oh, hold on, we've got rain.
No way, I haven't seen any yet. Oh my god, yeah, I can see now. Oh, as Bennett squeezes through a Paul Cott there. They're so close. Nothing between the two cars as they come down the hill. Bennett is going to complete that move. Easy, no, Paul Cott's holding around the outside. Oh, Paul Cott's gone off. Paul Cott onto the gravel there, and oh no! Oh my god! Nobby Bootneck there just about swerved out of the way.
Oh, he took out the Ferrari.
Oh no, Paul Cott there.
What's
he doing?
Dizzy is now currently. He's parked it, but now he's got it moving again, and that is a severe amount of damage to that front wing. Yeah, I can imagine the stewards are going to be looking at that very closely.
Yeah, Paul Cott there, dangerous rejoin from him, and I'm surprised that's not a safety car there because that front wing is right in the middle of the track. But Derby Bay still has the lead, not by much. Daniel keeping it in front of him, but Derby Bay having got the move done on Daniel for the lead. Now controlling proceedings. Can Daniel come back at him here as we're still in the relatively early stages of this race? Both of these guys on soft tyres that they started on. Daniel's picked up another time penalty for multiple track limit warnings, so he's really running the risk here. He's absolutely pushing these white lines to their limit, and he needs to rein that in, otherwise he will face some severely debilitating penalties by the end of this race. But Tree Monkey Page running in 3rd place, keeping the gap to this front 2 at the moment, and the rain's not coming down really heavy enough to justify any change of tyres at the moment. It's still very much slick tyres needed.
It lost M-North 12 from the race.
And we see Mark Bowes down the inside of Polish My Balls into the final corner as well. Bennett's trying to reel these guys in P7. You got Nobby now 5 seconds adrift of Bennett, so that just goes to show the work that Bennett's done over the course of the last couple of laps. You got Karts there running just ahead of Mr. Exotic. These two separated by 4/10. HP very much on the back of these guys now, as we're going to keep an eye on this coming down the start finish straight. There'll be a DRS train between these three. Oh, we see HP there all over the gravel there on the exit of the corner, and Mr. Exotic up in position as Karts is into the pits. So Karts now presumably going to try and put the inters on, is he?
Just went very wide.
Did he put the intermediates on? Yes, he does. Karts the first driver on the inters. I think it's a little bit too early yet, Emo guy. What do you reckon?
Well, right now I feel like I would say it's still definitely a bit too early. The rain hasn't come down too heavy, from what I can see at least, going onto the TV pod. The track does not look like it's changed whatsoever. I would still say it's probably going to get still definitely a slick country for probably until probably about lap 7 or 8, then possibly consider going on to it. But right now it definitely seems like it's more. Oh, hold on, we've just had a pass around.
Oh no. Mark Bowe's dropping down the order here. He's down to 8th place. He's lost out to Push My Balls and Nobby Bootneck, and you're right, Ian. The safety car's out. So
that's going to be a good time probably to go into the inters.
Yeah, I would imagine that it's a free pit stop for practically everybody out on track right now. Where's Derby Bay, the race leader? He's just coming in now, as is Daniel. Monkey Page coming up towards the pit lane. Is he going to come in? Yes, he does. Malky also coming up towards the pits. He's going to come in. YouTube Dizzy and Paul Cod have both come in as well. Bennett pits. So does Polish My Balls. Nobby Bootneck's going to come in as well, I would imagine. No, Nobby's staying out.
Oh,
wow. And so is Mark Bowe. Are they going to pick up the lead? Are they going to pick up track position here?
If you go to the TV cam, you can see that the track is starting to get a little bit brighter, which in my eyes is a sign that the track is starting to get really quite wet now. So I feel like that Nobby Bootneck might have made a little bit of a mistake here, staying out in those slicks.
And Mark Bowe as well. So the thing is, right, I mean, if the rain were to stop right now, if it was just like a very, very short drizzle, then it would mean that Nobby Bootneck and Mark Bowe played a blinder, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think this rain is going to stick around for a little bit just yet. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think that I think these guys are certainly not out of the woods yet. Andrew Pittsmith is into the pits, so he's changing his hard tyres. Sands coming through the final sector, so I imagine he'll be coming in. Paul Cod stood out there on the medium tyres. He's one of the other guys who didn't pit. So Nobby, Mark and Paul Cod still all out there. I'm sure Stan will come in for pit for tyres when he comes around to the pits. But yeah, safety car here, lap 7 of 32 for the XL F1 League, and Nobby Bootneck and Mark Bowe rolling the dice. I don't think it's going to work out for them, but so far in this race we lost the pole sitter Thebo Boy, and Manny took a dominant pole position. Oh, as we see a Haas, Mark Bowe spun under the safety car here, and he's going to drop down the order a bit. Is he going to be able to regain his position? I'm not sure. It's Mark Bowe, I think.
Yeah, Mark Bowe's an Alpha.
Alpha, yeah, sorry mate, yeah, you're right, you are right, you're absolutely bang on there. So yeah, at the moment, looking like it's going to be wet conditions for the foreseeable future here at Imola, and obviously it always seems that way, doesn't it? Imola, for some reason, I think it's something about the real F1 calendar. I think the game tries to replicate the F1, the real F1.
It does.
And
because you've got when you're setting up the lobbies, you have a setting so that the weather is pretty much identical to what the real world race was, and Mark Bowe's lost it again.
Oh no, Mark Bowe there spinning out. Oh yeah, I think that's a pretty cool feature to have. Obviously I think on here it's more random, but it does try and mirror it, because I find I've done about, I don't know, I've commentated in Imola a few times now, about 4 times, and I've found every single time I've commentated on Imola it's rain. It always rains.
Yeah, because if you look at the Simply race when they did 100% of Imola, that was rain transfer the entire time as well.
Yeah, Simply was rain in qualifying as well. Last season at Motive, qualifying was wet, the race was dry. The other day at Motive, qualifying was wet, race was dry, so both times at Motive it's been a wet quali and a dry race. And then tonight here at XL, dry quali, wet race. So there's always rain about, regardless of what you do. There's always rain about. It can be quali, it can be race, but there's always seems to be some precipitation in the air here at Imola on the F1 game. No matter what league, no matter what night, no matter what you're doing, it's always there, and you can't get away from it.
Yeah, it's very much like you're living in Scotland, so it's the weather the rain always seems to be running about. So it's just one of those things. Imola it's not the hardest track to drive in the wet. You've definitely got a lot harder tracks to drive in the wet, like Monaco.
Oh yeah.
Got like Spa. They're all fast paced. Well, not Monaco isn't a fast paced track, but it's not the kind of weather you want when you're navigating through a tight, twisty area. And the world's fastest racing machine. That isn't. Imola, it's definitely not the worst track to be racing in the rain.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you've got the trickiest tracks imaginable. I can imagine Russia. Oh, imagine driving Jeddah in the wet. That would be a nightmare.
It's actually not that bad.
Really? I couldn't imagine it. It's bad enough in the dry.
How often does it rain in Saudi Arabia?
I mean, yeah, but that's a whole other conversation, though, isn't it? Because the F1 game can throw up a few unexpected surprises. Yeah, it's just, you know, whatever it's feeling like. It's like, yep, nope, you can have rain today. Nope, bone dry today. Nope, chuck a bit of thunderstorms in there while we're at it. So you know, you never know. Yeah, pretty much. But the thing is, though, on the F1 game, anywhere can be Scotland. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah.
So Codemasters obviously love to throw a few little spanners in the works for everybody on this game, but right now we're under safety car here, lap 9 of 32 for the XL F1 League. Guys, if you like what you see, if you want to get involved in the XL Formula 1 League, be sure to check out the description. The link to the Discord will be the top link, and you can also click the link below that and you can join Motive Racing as well. We're the broadcasters for the XL F1 League. We also run our own leagues on F1 and ACC as well. Yeah, so make sure you check out both of those links. Join both, because XL run on Wednesdays, Sundays and Mondays, and Motive run on Fridays on the F1. If you play ACC, if you're a big fan of Assetto Corsa Competizione on the PlayStation platform, then also check out Motive as well, because we run leagues on Wednesdays, Fridays, Sundays and Saturdays. Didn't really say that in the right order there, but here we are coming towards the end of this lap anyway, and safety car's in this lap. Stand a little way behind, he needs to catch up to the pack ASAP. I've got really bad reflux right now, my stomach is burning.
Has spun up?
Yes, he has, yes, so he needs to get up onto the rear of these guys ASAP, but he's got time. It's not too far detached at this point. But Derby backing him up here, coming down the hill towards the final corner. Has he already gone? I think he has, yeah. We're already at racing speeds here. Derby Bay's bolted, and we see there Daniel White coming through the final corner. He gets away with it though, and he's got True Monkey Page sticking to the inside, coming out of the final corner. Oh no, Derby Bay's lost it! Derby Bay's spun it, and he's tags the wall there, and Daniel and True Monkey Page are going to fly past him here down the start-finish straight. As we see, we're going racing here at Imola once again. Derby Bay has lost the lead here to Daniel, and if he's not careful, he might lose out to True Monkey Page as well here. Down towards turn one we come. Daniel round the outside gets the move done there on Derby Bay. Derby Bay losing the position, but he's going to try and get the cut back on him as they're now side by side coming through turn 3, and in the end he gets pushed out a little bit there. Daniel now in the lead as we see there Bennett LCSC getting involved in this action. He's up to P2 there. Bennett, what a move there. Great driving from Bennett LCSC as we see Tree Monkey Page down to 4th place there as he gets wide and now loses out to Polish My Balls as well as Malky. Malky up into 4th place there, but Tree Monkey Page with a nightmare of a start, and Derby Base threw away his lead there.
I had the pleasure of being on the onboard, the TV pod view there, and I was looking down to the side, down to the back of the car, and that was a beautiful view to have. And all of a sudden I looked to the left of Derby, and I just see
all hell's breaking loose.
What?
It's it was just like I mean, was it Derby in the foreground was losing the car just as Daniel went wide. It was all going off.
Yeah.
You didn't know where to look.
Yeah, all I see is Tree Monkey Page coming up the side of Derby Bay. Then all of a sudden we see Bennett come flying up and hit completely down these two as if they're standing still, and now he continues to try to go after Daniel M.
Yeah, Bennett made a really strong start there from 4th to 2nd on the restart, and he's now on the back of the leader here. Bennett, the 2-time champion of the XLOG League here. As we see Tree Monkey Page down the inside of Polish My Balls into turn 1. He gets that one done up into P5. Mr. Exotic on the back of these guys, not too far away in this scrap for P5. But at the moment, Bennett's trying to hassle the back of Daniel, and he's looking pretty racy at the moment. It's Bennett LCFC. He's a very experienced driver in the F1.
I'm happy I've picked him up as my possible driver.
Yeah, I mean, you were onto an absolute winner there, because he's gone from 18th, he's gone from the last place on the grid, and by some kind of miracle he's right up there. As we can see, Sophie's had a moment. Sophie's dropped down to 12th, and Andrew and Mark up a position each. As we can see, they're still battling though, as we've got Mark now looking to the inside of Andrew. Pipsmith up the hill they come. In the end, thinks better of going up the inside there.
Going for a move here.
Yeah, not quite close enough at the moment. Bennett is yeah, you're right there, all over the back of Daniel. He's going to go for the cut back out of the chicane. He's going to execute that beautifully there, and Bennett LCSC up into the lead of the race, 4th to 1st in a couple of laps after this restart. Great driving here from the 2-time champion. And Derby Bay starting to lose these guys ever so slightly. It's a second adrift of these two battling it out at the moment.
Looks like Derby Bay might just catch Daniel M here as he had a lot of a slip up.
Yeah, Daniel did have a bit of a dodgy exit there as we now see them coming in the start finish straight. No DRS obviously in the wet conditions, so Derby Bay's got to get this done through pure grunt. As he's now looking to the outside here. Can he make this around the outside? Daniel's going to give him just enough space there as he now squeezes around him. And Derby Bay there. Oh, still side by side. Daniel's not giving this one up easily at all, is he? As we see Derby Bay very wide onto the curb. Daniel, very, very strong defence there. Was getting his elbows out. Was never giving that up in a month of Sundays.
Nope.
We see double wave yellows through sector 3. They have now subsided. Malky's not got much of a gap back to 3 Monkey Page here. Half a second between these two, running in 4th and 5th places. In terms of other battles, Soph and Mark Bow seem pretty close at the moment. Mark Bow trying to pressure Soph into a mistake if he can. But Bennett LCFC's already opened a 2-second gap over Daniel and Derby Bay at the moment. We see Mark Bow has got ahead of Soph up into 11th place. But Bennett looking to try and extend his gap, trying to stamp home his advantage here in these tricky conditions. A man who always goes well in any conditions here. But he's very, very strong in the wet, Bennett. We've seen it many times, and he races with us on motive. We also see him showing his prowess on motive. Oh, as we see there, Tree Monkey Page has lost out here. He's lost out to Malky. He's going to lose out to Polish My Balls, I think, as well. Or he might actually just hold on for that one there. But Tree Monkey Page losing out a bit of time. As we see Mr. Exotic losing out to Andrew, and that's why, because he's got loose out of the chicane. He might lose out to Mark Bow as Mark Bow pulls out to the right there. You see Mark Bow breezing around the outside of Mr. Exotic into P10. So Mr. Exotic not having the best of races right now here in this one then. But Daniel currently just ahead of Derby Bay coming in towards turn 1. Derby Bay looking all over the back of him. Derby Bay knows that he's losing time to the race leader Bennett. All the time that he spends behind Daniel at the moment, he's wasted time in his quest to try and achieve bigger and better things here in this race.
Ooh,
he's looking down the inside. Ooh, looks better on that one. But Bennett out the front, currently controlling this race here on lap 13 of 32 here for the XLF1 League. And currently Daniel just ahead of Derby Bay at the moment. You've got Tree Monkey Page has got just about a second of a gap back to Polish My Balls, but he's on the back of Malky as we see double waved yellow flags through sector 1 and 2. Not sure why at this particular moment. But we see Derby Bay around the outside of Daniel here, and he breezes around him up into second place. Oh, he goes a little bit wide though. Can Daniel try and get a cut back? No, Daniel gets a bit squirrely there on the exit of the corner, and Derby Bay with the better exit and holding on to P2 as they come down the hill. So Derby Bay managing to get that move done into second place. Andrew Pittsmith has got ahead of Nobby Bootneck up into 8th place, as well as Mark Bowes picked up a time penalty for track limits by the looks of it. But Derby Bay getting himself up into second place. But Daniel's coming back at him here down the start finish straight. Daniel's not giving this one up. He's still in this fight. They're side by side down towards turn 1. Daniel on the outside is going to try and out drag him here. Derby Bay is going to hold that inside line. Daniel's going to try and keep it on the inside. Can he get the inside for the next corner? Yes, he can. And Daniel putting off a great move as Derby Bay goes onto the grass. And Daniel M gets himself back up into second place here. These two losing hand over fist to the race leader Bennett LCSC. But some great battling between these two, and Derby Bay losing out by quite a bit there with his little excursion onto the grass. He's now got Tree Monkey Page all over the back of him, and Malky on the back of these as well. Polish My Balls not too far away there, only about a couple of seconds separating these four guys battling over the final podium spot here. This is excellent racing here.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be a little bit more lively than what we had over at Moto. Obviously, the weather really does bring a little bit more of a closer racing, because obviously you can't really use your entire amount of pace in the wet compared to what you can do in the wet. So it's definitely providing a little bit more close tight racing that we all come to see.
Absolutely, that's what we want to see on the Motive channel. This is what you get. You get value for money, obviously, because it's free. We literally charge nothing. But but anyway, we got Bennett currently out in front, and he's got just under a 7-second lead here over Daniel M. Derby Bay there running in the final podium spot. Tree Monkey Page pretty close though, as they're coming down the start finish straight now. So Tree Monkey Page might be able to get Derby Bay here possibly. A little bit too far back coming into turn 1 just now. Race is still on, but it's just settled down a little bit now. Bennett currently pulling the gap out of the front, and he looks pretty much untouchable at this point. They're not full wet conditions, but there's certainly a bit of water out there now. It's very, very damp. No puddles forming just yet, but certainly it's going to be getting slipperier as the race goes on. I imagine the lap times will be slowing down as we continue.
Also, too, Bennett is really pulling that gap. Once he gets it in front, it seems to be he is the rainmaster of this league right now. Yeah, he's a two-time champion, and right now he is showing it. Yeah,
he really is. He's showing exactly why he is the two-time champ. He's a regular podium finisher over at Motive on a Friday night as well. He's always up there or thereabouts. I think he's taken 1 win at Motive on a Friday night. You've got drivers like Joe Ram, Game for Life, and you've got some of the fastest guys on PlayStation in there. Thebo Boy now as well, obviously. But Bennett is one of the guys who can mix it up with them, and as I say, absolutely dominant in this OG league here on Wednesdays and Sundays. And he's just gradually pulling it away by about a second or second and a half a lap on average, as we see Paul Codd has picked up a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Lots of time penalties being handed out tonight, lots of drivers overstepping the mark.
Most of them are on 3 seconds, and there's only it's Daniel M, Mark O and Paul Codd that are all on 6 seconds, the rest are all on 3-second penalties.
So some of them not as bad as others. Obviously the ones who have kept their nose clean, Bennett, LCFC, True Monkey Page, Nobby Bootneck and Soph have all been very, very tidy over the course of this race, and ultimately will not have to face any demotions or dropping down positions by the end. Oh yes, is that YouTube Dizzy? Yeah.
Dizzy again, yeah.
Oh, what a shame there, Dizzy.
He may have lost his wing there, maybe?
He's still got his wing, but he's coming in, yeah. His wing's still on the car as far as I can see, but maybe that could be a bit of a glitch, I don't know. But we're half distance here. Yeah, we're half distance at the moment here in this race anyway. So, yeah, we've got Bennett LCFC out of the front, 8.5 seconds is his gap over Daniel M. Dove there running in 3rd place, Truman Page not too far behind, Malky on the cusp of these guys there in 5th place. Oh dear.
I think they were being very close to the back of Daniel.
Andrew Pittsmith is quite close on the back of Karts here. Look at this, only 3/10 between these two, as Karts is now getting a little bit wide onto those curbs. Andrew may sense his opportunity here. Nobby not too far off as well. Oh no, Nobby's, sorry, that's not Nobby. Oh, then Mark Bow though, looking to the inside of Nobby Bootneck into the hairpin. Can he get that done? Mark Bow very deep into the corner. Nobby's going to try and get a cut back on him, and he does. Nobby keeping on to that one. Mark Bow there thought he had that done, but Nobby's basically saying, if you think you got me there, mate, think again, because I'm going to strike back. But currently Daniel there in 2nd place, still ahead of Derby Bay, and Tree Monkey Page just running behind these guys at the moment, and it's kind of just staying as you were between these 4 drivers here in 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th places. See Derby Bay in the slipstream here. He's going to pull out of that slipstream now. Is he going to look around the outside? Is Daniel going to leave that door open? The outside line through this corner is actually quicker than the inside line, because you can set yourself up for the inside in the 2nd corner, and that actually gives you a bit of an advantage, as obviously if you're side by side you have the right of way on the inside, especially if you've got your nose in front. So being around the outside for turn 1 actually sets you up nicely for turn 2. So it's a bit counterintuitive, because obviously in most situations when you're side by side, your brain says that being on the inside is the best option, because obviously you've got the right to the corner. But through turn 1 and 2 at Imola, you actually want to be around the outside at the turn 1, because then that sets you up nicely for turn 2. Hey?
Oh, sorry mate, I thought I was on mute there, my apologies. Sorry.
Been a bit quiet lately. Oh, Dizzy's out of the race. Dizzy has crashed out. Not sure what's happened there. We got another safety car. Oh my goodness. And it was because Dizzy put some wet tyres on, and that has backfired massively with the track not even nearly wet enough to justify wet tyres. He put a set of wet tyres on, and he's obviously got it all over the place. Paul Codd's gone and put a set of wet tyres on. What's going on here? It's not wet enough for wets. Nowhere near.
Unless the engineer has came back and said it's time for wets, but it does not seem like it's anywhere near time for wets.
No, it's damp. There's no standing water, there's no puddles. It's just a little bit mildly moist in terms of the surface. But, well, lap 19 of 32 here.
Spray.
No
There's
spray.
massive amount of spray, so...
No. Can't imagine what they were thinking there. Maybe you're right, maybe the engineer has obviously been probably offered a lump sum to try and mess somebody over in some way or another. So
maybe he got paid to make that call so he can try and slow down Bennett, but
potentially, yeah. Maybe they wanted the safety car. Maybe somebody said to Dizzy, "We want a safety car. We want to liven this up a bit. Put it in the wall for us, will you?" And he's gone and duly done that. But at the moment, safety car here. Paul Codd has put the wet tyres on, as we said before. Sand's in the pits. Can't imagine he's going to put the wets on. No, he puts another set of inters on. Going for fresh tyres. He's last anyway, so nothing to lose by putting a fresh set of intermediate tyres on that car. You see here, Emo guy there just taking a sip of a drink.
Yes.
Was that alright, Brew?
Correct.
I know you inside out. I know everything about you. I'm actually watching you right now.
And then what am I doing then?
You're sticking your middle finger up.
No, I'm actually playing Candy Crush and talking.
Fair enough. But here we go then, 13 laps left in this race here at Imola for the XL F1 League under safety car once again, as we see them trundling around out onto the start finish straight. But I think Sand's just about on the lead laps here, so he should be able to get around and close up onto the rear end of the pack. We've got Soph just coming through the final corner, so she should be able to catch up this lap. Sand could be another story. He might have to wait. They might have to wait for Sand to come round. He does seem to be taking his sweet time about getting up onto the pack here. But Paul Codd has been into the pits for a new set of wet tyres here. So I'm not quite sure what's going off there. Paul Codd has come in for wet tyres and he's back out again. I don't know, I mean, maybe the track's pretty wet on Paul's screen, I don't know, but to me it just does not seem like the right call.
Well, that's why I feel like Codemasters should put in something for like the commentators, like, so they can try and communicate with someone or someone in race.
I'll tell you what, it would be quite cool if you could buzz somebody during the race, wouldn't it? Just be like, yo, what's the story?
Yeah, it would be quite good.
Yeah, it would definitely be a cool feature to have. But right now, Paul Codd a couple of laps down on the leader, Bennett LCSC. We should be able to go this lap, I think. Sand's not too far away. He's certainly not close to being lapped. So I see no reason why the safety car shouldn't be in. Yeah, we will find out in a moment. But I see no reason now why the safety car should stay out. But ultimately, it's down to Michael Massey.
Oh, it looks like it's still staying out right now.
Yeah, as it stands, I wonder if we're going to have a last minute call allowing a couple of the lap cars to come through and the rest to stay behind, and then set I don't know, promote Stan up into second place, so then he's got a free crack at Bennett, who's on 12 lap older intermediate tyres. So here we are then, 12 laps left to go here, and we're still under safety car, and we see Mr. Exotic is coming into the pits. What is he doing here? Is he going to put the inters on? He's going to put an unset. Oh, he's serving his time penalty. So he's getting that done whilst we're on the safety car. Very sensible there from Mr. Exotic. Makes perfect sense, really, if you think about it.
It does. No, it's but then again, you can't save a penalty on the safety car.
Can you not?
Nope.
No, the team definitely didn't start work on his car straight away there. They were waiting. He got held on the jacks for a bit there before they actually did anything.
No, you can't. No, that's one of the biggest rules. You cannot serve a time penalty while on the safety car.
Is that shit?
Yeah, that's a real rule.
No, he was sat in the pit box for ages before they actually did anything.
I'm not sure it's a definite rule, but I'll do a double check.
The team definitely held him there for a really long time before he moved. They weren't doing anything. They were just holding the lollipop. He was just sat there, and then after about 5 or 10 seconds, they started changing his tyres. Definitely. I wasn't seeing things there. I'm sure I saw that.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh, right, okay, that's a drive-through. That's a drive-through.
Oh, you can't serve a drive-through on the safety car, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can serve a time penalty.
Yeah, you can. Apparently, you can save a time penalty under I think you can't serve you cannot serve a drive-through while on the safety car. Oh, somebody just lost their wing plate.
Paul Carter's got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Mark Bow here.
Yeah, he just lost his wing plate. I just saw him fly off.
Yeah, that's not good. Here we are then anyway. We're about to go racing here for the final 11 laps of this race. Bennett LCC puts his foot to the floor as we see Commentators already got ahead of Derby Bay. Derby Bay losing out a couple of positions. Oh no, Mark Bow, no, what a shame. Oh my goodness, we've already had a retirement and we've only gone 200 yards before the start of this restart of this race, but Bennett's already gapped Daniel M. He's got over a second out the front. No safety car as of yet. We'll have to wait and see. Stan getting ahead of Mr. Exotic. They're still side by side, and he does squeeze through there up into 11th place. Can Mr. Exotic come back? And Mr. Exotic's wide. Oh, and Stan's into the wall. Mr. Exotic is going to surely come at him. No, he's not. Mr. Exotic's in the wall. Oh, Mr. Exotic's out of the race. We've got 2 cars out of the race, both in sector 1. Are we going to have another safety car? Doesn't look like it just yet. Double wave yellows through sector 1 and 2. So they're sticking with it for now then. Bennett leads the race by just under 2 seconds over Daniel M. True Monkey Face there running in 3rd place. We've got Malky in 4th, followed by Derby Bay. Oh, and Carts is off onto the grass. Keeps it out of the wall just about. Lucky boy. But he's lost a lot of time there. And Malky has also got a 3-second time penalty. Double wave race through sector 2 has subsided. That would have been due to the stricken Red Bull of Carts there. But Bennett leading the race by 2 seconds out the front. He's done really well on this restart. He seems to have a bit of a cushion here.
Yeah, he definitely seems to have that part. Like, NFB or so that's coming up to be to handle even better and the way compared to what it could have been and right. And it seems like right now it's he's already through a 2.5 second gap to Daniel M. And right now he's just doing everything he needs to do. He's keeping the car calm. It does look a little bit squirrely out of the slower corners, but it's still, at the end of the day, we've still got wet conditions. You can't expect the car to be glued to the track. Oh, we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. That looks like the second Alfa Romeo of Andrew.
Oh no, Andrew Pittsmith. What has happened there? He's lost his front wing. That's going to be majorly debilitating. I just realised we've had loads of comments in this stream and we've completely forgotten about these comments on the stream, which is a real shame. We've obviously had shifting gears. Good friend of Nicky's there says, am I the only person in here? It's Flitch as the car drove straight through the wheel. It's a glitch, yeah. Little Greavy says Haas is going to win this one. Oh no, that's the Grieve. And then Little Greavy says, Has for the win. The two brothers there chiming in on the stream. Good to have you boys with us. Victor Alvarez says, RIP headphone users. I think that was when there was a particularly crazy moment. Another safety car. Oh no. Not another one. Oh no. We got Polish My Balls in the pits here at the end of lap 23. So he's gonna put some new shoes on. He's gonna put some, not quite the heavy duty wellies, but certainly some boots going on that Ferrari. Andrew
see anyone with any damage.
Oh, Carts is putting the wets on. That could be a bold choice.
Well, the rain does seem to be coming down a little bit heavier now, so
yeah,
it might be a good choice because the puddles are forming quite dramatically now.
That could be an inspired choice there from Carts. Andrew's not jumped at the chance to put some wets on. He's put a new set of inters on, but the rest of them on worn out inters at this point. That could be an absolutely big brain move there from Carts. Although, having said that, he looks like he's struggling for grip there coming through turn one. Maybe those wet tyres are going to be a little bit. I think those wet tyres are going to struggle to warm up at this point because it's not quite wet enough. I don't think.
I've just realised if you look at just the front of the rear wheel of the Red Bull, it has the same sponsor as one of the Mercedes. Also, we can't see what the why the Mercedes right now because they're both the only Mercedes that wasn't in the run is now DNF.
That's true, yeah.
But they both have the same sponsor. Ironically, the same, the sponsor of the sponsor as the company that runs the trains for Scott now.
What's that?
Senses or something like that. That's how you pronounce it.
They were in a video
if you look at Carts, then when it gets to when it was kind of zoomed in camera, if you look at his rear left, just in front of his rear left or rear right, you'll see the sponsor.
No, it's moving too fast. I can't see it.
I'm not sure when you come through turn 3, the camera gets close enough to see it.
And we'll keep an eye on Carts as he's coming through up towards turn 1 right now, but we're under safety car here at Imola for the XL F1 League here at obviously here on the PlayStation platform on the Codemasters Formula 1 game. We see San in the pits. San's coming in and he's put wets on as well, so he's not the only one. Carts and San both opting for those wet tyres, but everybody else sticking with the inters. I suppose these guys rolling the dice, nothing to lose at this point. They might as well give it a go and see if it can yield them a bit of joy towards the end of this race. Maybe a podium, who knows, possibly even a race win if these guys on the worn out inters start to struggle as these puddles are forming and the standing water really is building here. This could be a very, very inspired choice, or they could end up looking a bit silly, and there's probably going to be no in between. It's probably going to be one extreme or the other here. But we got Leon the Bot says, no Mikey, no, that was so not right. And Victor Alvarez also saying strategy. Leon the Bot. Okay, right. I'm going to use my big brain here to put 2 and 2 together. Victor Alvarez is called Vic the Bot on Discord. So I'm going to guess that Leon the Bot is Vic's brother. See, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm an actual genius. I can't believe it. I'm such a big brain. Right,
I've got it now. It's apparently the sponsor McLaren as well as as well as Red Bull and Mercedes.
Oh wow, so they're probably just like one of F1's title like sponsors or something. I don't know. Like, we got Vic says hashtag do it for Mazepin. I don't know what I'm talking about. Woody says hello. Ooh, wait, Imola, interesting. Woody obviously won the GT3 race on ACC not very long ago. It was about an hour or so ago. He won the wet race. No, a couple of hours ago now. Won the wet race on ACC. Yeah, it was ended about 2.5 hours ago now. Blimey, time flies. But we see Valky is in the pits, so he's putting, I don't know if he's putting wet tyres on, but Bennett leads up towards turn 1. True Monkey Page there has got Daniel looking around his outside, and Daniel gets himself into second place there. Donvey in 4th, followed by Novi Bootneck, Soph there in 6th. Polish My Balls, Carts on the back of Polish My Balls here. Can Karts make quick progress through the pack here on the wet tyres? They might be coming in handy here. Victor Alvarez says not really. Not really as in I'm not really a big brain. No, it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty obvious, isn't it? That's not really, doesn't take a genius to work it out. But Bennett out the front, 1.3 over Daniel at the moment. Schumacher Page there in third place ahead of Derby Bay. Nobby Bootneck just behind. He says not. Oh, they're not brothers, cousins, friends, work colleagues, otherwise associates. Family members, enemies, rivals. Who knows? But Bennett out the front, 1.7. This is gap at the moment over Daniel. And we've got Schumacher Page 2.8 off the lead as we see Andrew Pittsmith has got ahead of Karts up into 8th place here. And Karts just dropping a position down. So it looks like the wet tyre is still not the tyre of choice. The rain has not come down hard enough, and the gamble that Karts and Sand have made, that Malky's also followed suit with, seems to have not really worked out very well at this point. But we could be nearing the crossover, so they've got to stick with it. They've got to keep believing, because it could pay off. It hasn't yet, but it could.
It could.
Karts is now actually, let's just watch him here. The gap is coming down actually between Bennett and Karts. Karts is, well, it's kind of just ebbing and flowing really. It's not really ebbing and flowing, sorry, should I say. But yeah, it's just not really changing too much. It's kind of just staying around the same. It's going up a little bit, but yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I think the inches are still marginally the tyre of choice at this point, but it could all change very, very quickly here, as we see Andrew's got ahead of Soph up into 6th place. Soph on 19 lap old inters. Andrew's only done 2 laps on his. Woody says, how do the F1 leagues in Motive work? How come it's a different name? So basically, mate, this is the XL League. I've been doing the comms on XL for about 6 months now, 5-6 months. I've been commentating on XL. A few of the guys who race in Motive run XL, and basically I was doing the comms on Motive, and some of the guys who raced in Motive, who work for XL, saw the streams at Motive and were like, do you fancy doing some comms for us on Sunday night? We'll get you some drivers for Friday, and in exchange you can do the comms for us on Wednesdays and Sundays. And I said, well, yep, sign me up, I can do that for you. And obviously it's a bit of extra content for the Motive fans, for the Motive subscribers to check out throughout the course of the week. Always, we see Derby Bay's got ahead of Schumacher Page up into the final podium spot there. But yeah, so this is the XL League. It runs on Wednesday and Sunday, the OG League. They also run a realistic league on Monday night as well, and Motive F1 League is on Friday night, so that's just like a separate thing. I obviously coordinate the F1 League at Motive. That's, you know, it's my thing. This, I just rock up and commentate. I have no involvement in the organising of the league. They send me an invite, I jump in, and tonight I've got my very good friend Iain also alongside me in the box, which is always a pleasure.
Of course.
And we got Victor says, maybe brothers in a parallel universe, but in this one we're just strangers who don't know each other. That's a strange coincidence there. The fact that you're called Vic the Bot and Leon the Bot is also in the comments. That's mad. That's mad.
Good men think alike.
Yeah. Very strange. But anyway, Daniel M and Derby Bay separated by not very much at all here. As you've got Double Wave Jones through Sector 1, I'm not sure exactly why at the moment. Hopefully we might get some idea as to what's occurred here.
Looks like he's lost his wing. No, he's not.
Still intact for now.
Yeah.
Victor says maybe we could do a battle to the death and winner keeps the name. That would be sick. We could do a 1v1. Right, okay, I've decided what it's going to be. It's going to be a hot lap on either ACC or Project Cars, or F1 if you have it. So you both have to do a hot lap, and whoever does the faster lap keeps the name. Oh no, Sans lost it, and well, we were talking about his wing just about clinging on. It's not anymore. It's gone and made a
safety car.
The wing has gone and made a break for it, and we believe it's somewhere over by the barriers where George Russell binned it. So what a shame there for San. He'll obviously have to hobble round to the pits and get that fixed.
But right now we do have a VSC.
We do have a VSC, so the pace is slowed down a little bit. Daniel's got heavy pressure from Derby Bay, and Andrew Pittsmith has got not much at the moment to Tree Monkey Page. As Karts is also on the back of these guys here. I wanted to say while we're on stream, guys, a big thank you to the 9 people currently watching. Can we get this video to 10 likes before we get off air? No reason why we shouldn't have a few more likes on this video, guys. Please, if you like what we do. If you want to join the XL F1 League, make sure you go to the Discord server link in the description. That will take you straight there. Obviously, we're Motive, so you can join us at the website below that as well. But mainly, definitely join the XL F1 League, as they've got some brilliant leagues on Mondays, Wednesdays and Sundays. As it looks like we're green flag once again here. Daniel has got Derby Bay absolutely hassed in the back of him coming through turn 1 and 2. Daniel with better traction out of the slower corners. Derby Bay looks to have the quicker straight line speed in the Williams, but at the moment it looks like the Alpha's just got enough down those straights. Bennett though is leading this race.
Ignore me.
What?
Ignore me. Ignore me.
I mean, it's
don't listen to the end finish.
It's clearly got a Honda logo on the back of it.
When you said Alpha, I got confused with what you meant Alfa Romeo.
No excuses. Right, anyway, Polish My Balls.
Yes, you.
Polish My Balls just ahead of Malky at the moment. And we see here, oh, an Alpine hasn't got a front wing. San again.
Oh, he really does not like that front wing, does he?
He just doesn't know. I think
that's coming out his paycheck.
Yeah, I think that definitely they're going to be invoicing him for a few of those at the end. I imagine he'll probably have to pay the marshals for their troubles as well.
Whereas
the marshals should get a raise with San out on track. But right now we've got 2 laps left to go here in this. No, not even 2 laps. Only one. No, two.
That's plus 1, so 2.
2 laps, yeah. So yeah, onto the penultimate lap of the race. Bennett leads. He's got a 7-second gap at the moment over Daniel M. And Derby Bay running just behind Daniel. These two still pretty close, but Daniel's managed to open up a bit of a gap over the last lap or so. Nobby's not got much back to Andrew at the moment, and Tree Monkey Page and Karts both in hot pursuit. As we see Karts down the inside of Tree Monkey Page, but Tree Monkey Page holds it around the outside. He will go deep into turn 2 though. That will allow Karts an opportunity to come back at him. Down towards turn 5 they come. Can he out-drag him? Karts gets him there on the run up to turn 5. Beautifully done there. Karts up into 6th place on the wet tyres. Maybe they're starting to really get into the groove now. The rain is still coming down. It's lighter than it was, but it's still coming down. But I think Karts is, unfortunately for him, it's too little too late. He might get P4. He's not going to get much further than that though. But Nobby Bootneck and Andrew battling it out over 4th place here.
Well, the current penalty situation, I don't know if you're on the right now, but...
Oh, Nobby's ahead of Andrew. Oh, side by side, sorry, Ian. Oh, Andrew, yeah, squeezing through. Nobby, oh, I'll tell you what, this is incredibly close racing here as Karts is now going to be down the inside of Nobby Bootneck here. Can he complete this one? Karts, sorry, around the outside even of Nobby Bootneck. Oh, he goes wide. Oh, my goodness. And Nobby back around the outside there. Incredible stuff. Karts stops back into the slipstream here. Now Tree Monkey Page is going to try and get involved in this on 23 lap hold intermediate tyres as Karts has to back out on that one on Nobby, and that's given Andrew just a moment to get himself together again. These guys in 4th place out onto the start finish for the final time before we go on to the final lap here, and Karts gets ahead of Nobby and Tree Monkey Page up into 5th, and Tree Monkey Page is going to follow Karts through here, so Nobby losing 2 positions in the space of a couple hundred metres there. You now see Nobby making a move to the inside. Is he going to make a move? No, he thinks better of sending one down the inside there on Tree Monkey Page. Derby Bay still holding on here ahead of Daniel M. These two separated by 7/10 of a second. We're on the final lap. This is for the 2nd spot here in this race. They're battling it out over the final podium positions here. Andrew's lows pulling away a bit from Karts. Can Karts get him on this final lap? Tree Monkey Page and Nobby's still right there.
Even if he doesn't get him on track. Oh, Andrew dropped it.
Andrew in the wall, and Karts gets himself up into 4th place. In the end, it looks like the gamble to switch to the wet tyres is going to pay off somewhat here as he's picked off these these intermediate runners like no tomorrow.
But with Karts having the 6-second penalty, he's going to end up dropping all the way back down to 6th place.
Oh no! What a shame there for Karts as we're riding on board with Bennett LCFC. We're not on board but on the trackside as he comes out of the last corner. The two-time champion is going to take the win in these wet conditions here at Imola. What a brilliant drive here from Bennett LCFC. An incredibly impressive performance from him as he crosses over the line to take the checkered flag. Well done, Bennett LCFC. Derby Bay is just going to hold on here ahead of Daniel M for second place. Those two had a great fight there at the end. Really, really excellent stuff between those two. A clean battle as well. Karts is going to come over to take a fourth place there in the Red Bull on those wet tyres. He managed to outgun those, but Tree Monkey Page gets it on the penalties ahead of Nobby Bootneck. So Tree Monkey Page and Nobby Bootneck both jumping Karts due to the time penalties there for Karts. Sophie's going to come around to take a seventh place here in the Haas ahead of Polish My Balls, who will come over in eighth place there in the Ferrari, followed by Andrew Pittsmith, who comes over in P9. Malky is going to finish this one in the final points playing position, and that's going to be that then for the XL F1 League here at Imola. Excellent racing here on the Motive channel for the XL guys here for the OG League. Bennett LCFC taking the win in tricky conditions. Great drive from Bennett LCFC, but also honourable mention to the two who fought out second place, Derby Bay and Daniel. Derby Bay coming out on top in that battle ahead of Daniel M in third place. But Emo Guy, what a race we've just witnessed there for the XL guys.
Oh yeah, definitely. My first race that I've ever commented on them with them, and I'm going to say they did not disappoint at all. It was always something to talk about throughout the race, from start to end, and it was just fantastic. But I've got to ask you, the bonus ball question: who's your driver of the day?
Oh, that's a tough question. Well, I'll tell you what is. The thing is, I don't know, because Daniel put in a really good performance, but I have a feeling that might be the norm for him now. I mean, I haven't, as I said, it's my third race back since I took a bit of a layoff from commentating. Obviously over Christmas I didn't commentate, and when Motive season started again I came back to it. So Daniel really impressed me today. Bennett though wiped the floor with them in the end and had the answer every time there was a safety car. He pulled away, so I'm going to give it to Bennett personally. I think Bennett, I mean, we expect that from Bennett, but still a great performance.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. Bennett, it came made up like 16 plus positions from the start of the race all the way to the end, so he's definitely got my driver of the day today. Yeah, not to mention from the back of the grid. Exactly. Yeah, completely glossed over that, which is obviously very relevant to the fact that he put in an absolute hell of a shift there. We're going to try and get the classification up if we can. I don't know whether it's... Oh, it never came up, did it? Never came up on the screen. So no. We'll see if we can nab it off of the... see if we can get it here. Okay, yeah, let's get it off here. So yeah, excellent stuff there from the boys and girls here in the XL F1 League here on the Codemasters Formula 1 game. Make sure you join us next time on tomorrow night. We'll be on for the realistic XL League, will we? Just trying to remember. Yeah, I will be at home for tomorrow night, so yeah, I'm not working tomorrow night, so yep, I will be on for that one. Hopefully Emo Guy will be able to join us for that one as well. It'd be great to have his insight and analysis on the stream as always. But yeah, thanks everybody, thanks for joining us, thanks to the XL guys for having us as always, and we'll catch you in the next one. See you.